We want you to come along with us and enjoy the journey as we look back over the past 25 years and we celebrate what God has done through World Outreach Ministry Foundation and Uganda Christian Outreach Ministries.
God is calling you.
Greetings to all of our many friends. Today we are experiencing the celebration of 25 years of ministry in Uganda. And we're letting you in on a little bit of a secret. It wasn't just Shirley and I. It's a whole bunch of people that are involved. And those people, including some of you, are the very people that made it possible for this mission to function and why we are still here 25 years later. I want you to hear and see what God has been doing over these last 25 years.
We want to thank all of you. It has been your faithfulness in partnering with us and your continued faithfulness all of these years that have allowed us to do what we've been able to do. As you look at the faces and the buildings and everything going on, you're going to notice something, that the relationships we established 25 years ago are still there today. That's what's made this ministry successful. We walk in covenant for the glory of God. Little did we know the conditions we would find in 1987 in Uganda.
We're in a small town just on the edge of the Royal Triangle where up until just a year and a half ago these people were being slaughtered here methodically during the time that Oti's regime was in power. Steve's just picked up some skeleton pieces here. Anything here you want to reach down, you can pick up the bones and pieces of human beings in here. These are fellow human beings that were brutally murdered. This now is the Valley of Death. Everywhere around you here, just full of the bones, well, the carcasses of the men and women who were brutally slaughtered here in the region. See that wire right there? That wire. These people would be strung to this tree right here. Right there, that tree. And they would hang in that tree on those wires, bound to the tree by the wires, and they couldn't get off the wire. Somewhere between 3 to 5 days, they would finally die from just hanging there on the bound of that tree. They sped the process up by dousing them with gas and setting them on fire. Brother Steve over there digging out clothing and going to fit them to somebody.
As you're looking out, this is Lake Victoria. It's the second largest freshwater lake in the world. And here we are in 1987 baptizing the first 48 converts. The ministry has now grown to thousands of people all over the nation and surrounding nations. These 48 people, little did we know back then that they would be the backbone of the ministry and the success over these past 25 years. This is the original church, Segaku Worship Center, the very first place we rented. We quickly outgrew it, but many of the people that were born again in those early days are now leaders in the ministry today.
Said, I heard thy prayer, and I've chosen this place for myself. Did you know God has chosen this property? That's why we have it today. Hallelujah. Then in the 14th verse of the 7th chapter, and this is the dedication that I want you all to hear now. Because we're not just dedicating this property. We are dedicating ourselves to the glory of God. This day we dedicate ourselves. We dedicate ourselves to the work of God in this city. We dedicate ourselves to pray to our God. We dedicate ourselves to humble ourselves.
The declaration that Papa Ron made that day has been the cornerstone to the success and the life of our mission.
Shirley and I longed for our own home after we'd been there for a couple of years.
That is our container, with windows and doors being appropriately cut in.
But when we found this boxcar was about the right size, Shirley said, why don't we make this into a house? Before your very eyes, you're seeing what happened. We had our first home. That's also the very spot that the Segaku Worship Center Church would soon be built on. You see our workmen putting in foundations, and there's all kinds of work going on, but we didn't have enough money. Steve is praying, and I'm back in the United States asking God for direction. I said, Steve, guess what's happening? God has given us $9,000 with which to build our new church, or at least build part of it. And he started shouting of driving up the mountain with our first load of goods from our old building. We decided by faith to move from the old building up here on the hill where we had nothing. This building paved the way, and it became the beginning building for all that we would be doing.
We've looked at the past, and now we're looking at the present and the future. Watch as we celebrated 25 years of ministry this last June right next to our main church in Segaku. They estimate that over 5,000 people showed up. We had many of our pastors there from our 181 churches. Government leaders were there as we just gave God the glory and said, thank you, Lord, for your faithfulness in sustaining us all of these years. And now as you see our celebration, join us on the journey as we celebrate what God is doing today and what He's going to do in the future. Medical work is part of the lifeblood of this ministry. See, we can preach the gospel to people, but if we're not willing to help them with their practical needs, what good is it? So we have had doctors come from the United States. If you're a doctor, we invite you to come and be a part. This year we had a medical outreach in Uganda. We had a medical outreach in South Sudan. And on a daily basis, we have medical outreaches to the prisons that we serve in. We are ministering in over 60 prisons each month. Many months we will see over 300 conversions to Christ. Out of those people that are coming to know the Lord, a number of them have gone on to be members of our Bible college, pastors in churches, and community leaders.
This has become the lifeblood for soul winning in our mission. Every month, our team of 30 or more pray day and night. So many are being born again. We thank God for that. But what we need is people to come and stand with us, or we really need people that are prayer warriors.
One thing that takes place during our crusades is that villages are transformed and many churches are planted. We have 8 primary schools and 1 secondary school.
Changing the heart of a nation requires changing the hearts of the people, and schools play a major role in reaching the lives of young people and changing their heart for God.
You're looking at our school in Sudan, where we presently have 375 students. We're changing that new nation of South Sudan through loving kids and training them. For $1,000 more a month, we could double the size of our school. If God lays it on your heart, could you be the one that could commit to make a difference in South Sudan? We have 2 Bible colleges. The first one is ISOM, International School of Ministry, where we have hundreds of students that have graduated. Our second one is Yesua Kwagala Bible College, and I had the privilege of being the first director of that college. We opened it 10 years ago, and then this last June, I had the opportunity to be the speaker at our 10-year Bible College graduation. I'm pleased to say that we have had over 250 students with over 150 graduates, and many of them are leaders and pastors in churches today, making a difference all over Uganda and the surrounding nations. Bethany Baby House is our newest addition to Feed His Lambs ministry, in which we have 450 children that have been orphaned that we care for and help put them through school. Bethany Baby House is the answer for babies that have been abandoned and orphaned. In fact, our newest addition is Jovia. She's 2 years old, and she came to us weighing only 10 pounds. We are presently working with her and nurturing her back to health, not only with food, but with unconditional love. What an opportunity to make a difference in loving children, because it affects not only them today, but we're impacting generations to come. One day they will be parents, grandparents. So join us on this journey at changing people's lives one person at a time. As you notice, we're putting picture after picture up of many of our pastors. We are pleased to say that we now have over 181 churches in 7 different nations, in the Philippines, in Bangladesh, in South Sudan, in Rwanda, in Burundi, in Congo, in Tanzania, in Kenya, and in Uganda. And we say, to God be the glory. We are advancing God's kingdom, and we want you to join us and be a part of this team. Thank you for your faithfulness over these past 25 years.
It seems like it was just yesterday. You spent some time with us watching this video, seeing what it was like in those earliest days after 25 years of war. Shirley and I were no longer kids, but we feel like it. And people like you have done so much to encourage us and make it possible for us to stay here, work here, and be missionaries. We're looking forward to seeing you come visit with us in Africa when God calls you. And I believe there are people that are hearing the voice, and they know that God is calling them too. We want to say we welcome you. You come on board. We're going to have fun together. God bless you.